Any big predictions, lads, in terms of the transfer window?
Who?
Can Chelsea keep signing players? Like, what is going on?
Let's talk about actually. Chelsea's a good place to start.
Yeah.
What they've just signed João Felix, which I don't get.
Was it gone through? Yeah.
60
How
mil.
mental is it to go? We'll sign João Felix, yeah,
Crazy.
so we can sell Conor Gallagher. Like,
It's
it
mental.
doesn't feel like a footballing reason there, apart from the fact that it kind of gives Atletico the money to sign Conor Gallagher.
Yeah.
It was really weird, that one.
Well, it's strange, isn't it? I think Gary Neville talks about it on Monday Night Football, and obviously Rory talks about it very, very well. The heart and the soul of Chelsea Football Club is completely destroyed. I think it rips into the fabric of Chelsea far more than we're even given credit for. João Felix screams mercenary to me. I know he's a talented footballer, but is he going to take Chelsea right up to the top of the table? I don't know. I think it's a terrible transfer, man.
I don't think it's a terrible transfer. I think he had a good loan spell like when he came last year. He was one of their better players, obviously against a bad bunch, around a bad bunch of players. But it's just weird. Like they sold Conor Gallagher to Atletico Madrid, right? How much did they sell him for?
I think it's around 40 million euros.
And then they bought Joao.
For 50
break even,
and
innit?
add-ons.
It's
like for
like.
Add-ons.
It's like for like. It's like,
yeah.
I know it's two
But the way
different
it works
positions.
is they've got that pure profit on the thing, so they can spend
Yeah, because he's
X amount now over.
Over the
yeah, because he's
A couple of
homegrown,
years.
right? Yeah, he's come from the academy.
So because when they're buying João Felix, that will be, if they pay 50 million for him, and it's a 5-year contract, it'll be 10 million over the 5 years, right?
Yeah.
Like, they should just use that money to get them. They might still get someone like Osimhen. But you should
So
have
is
used
that
that.
what? Do we still think they're in for a strike? Because
They
it looks
can't.
like Lukaku will eventually leave.
They can't sign anyone else, surely.
They can.
They will.
They got like 45
they will.
players. Where are they getting changed? Where are they where are they playing football? Like Cobham's not that big. I don't understand. Like, what is going on?
That gym video as well. Have you seen the video?
Yeah, like pure gym vibes.
It's like they've had
6
to put
PM.
an extension tent on. Like, someone's having a wedding and they've got it in the back
Yeah.
garden.
What, a gazebo?
Yeah, they've had
They
to put
built
a
a
gazebo
gazebo.
out.
I
It's
think
mental.
the
Bloody hell.
Felix signing, I think it's bad on all fronts. Like Atletico had lost a load of money on a player they spent over 100 million on. He never performed. So maybe from their side, they're like, we'll get him off the books. I think Conor Gallagher would do well. But I still think when you take that sort of loss, like what is he, 24, 23,
Yeah,
24?
24.
So you'd think when you signed him, he's only going up. And they've got rid of him for that money. He didn't perform. Chelsea don't need him. And for the player, what is the ambition? Why are you going there when you've got 6 players in your position? What are you looking at that thinking, oh, that's a project I can add to? No, you're going there because you probably want to live in London and get a paycheck.
100%.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not like his ideal move.
He does
is it?
feel like a little bit. I love watching João Felix because I think he's really good footballer to watch. But it does feel like a talent that is just being wasted at the moment.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It doesn't. Like you say, he's taking a move that is it really optimal for his career? Probably not.
Nah.
Like, it just feels like a weird one, doesn't it, with João Felix?
He probably could have gone to somewhere like Italy or somewhere. Obviously, it's a more of a weaker league, not as good as the Premier League, but somewhere, just to bolster your career, get your confidence back, and then get that big move when he's probably like 26, 27.
Yeah.
But like you said, him going to Chelsea now, and there's like, who's over there? There's Raheem Sterling's there. They've got, they just signed
Nkunku, Jackson, Mudryk,
Palmer.
Neto. We could keep going.
Madueke.
Where's he playing?
Yeah, where did he-
And we were talking about Osimhen coming in.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
And then
Christ.
Jackson is a left winger to begin with, but they're playing him up front.
The ironic thing is about Osimhen that I know they spent so much money. I'm not condoning it. If I was the owner of Chelsea, I got the opportunity to sign Osimhen, I would absolutely do it 1,000,000%.
Oh, yeah.
And I wouldn't care about the finances. Clearly, they don't care about it anyway, because he's a once in a lifetime, once in a generation striker. I think potentially to come in and have an impact like someone like Ruud van Nistelrooy when he came in, like someone like Didier Drogba when he came in from a different league. I think he could destroy the Premier League. So I still think you have to go out and get him to try and get back into the Champions League.
Why is it just Chelsea that he's linked with if he's that player? If he's that good, everyone wants a striker.
Yeah, but Napoli
Tottenham have got
are notoriously
Man
hard.
United have got everyone wants him.
The price that it would have taken us to get him would have been ridiculous at that time. We couldn't afford him. He was linked with Arsenal briefly. I think the price probably put them off.
It's just the price.
I was obviously when he had that amazing season with Napoli, I was watching him, and even last year it wasn't as great as his first season when he won them the league. But I wanted him, but he just seems, for me now, he just seems like a really like Chelsea type player. That player who's just going to bully defenses, get in behind.
He's a Champions League level striker. I think he's borderline world class in his position. He's arguably top 5 in the world.
Even though we need a
great
striker.
I
signing.
don't feel that strongly about him, Like,
I agree.
obviously, he's been great for Napoli. But with the Italian league, it's like some players that really underperform in the Premier League go over there and do. Obviously, you can go
Morata.
and sign fantastic players like Chris Smalling.
Yeah.
He looks like Maldini over there at the moment. It's like, you know what I mean? How much of it is the league? How much of it is him? Obviously, he's a very good talent, but
Only
I don't
time
know,
will tell.
He
I don't know
performed in
if
the
that
Champions
was
League. Did well in the Champions League, didn't he? In that season where they went far,
yeah.
he bullied
He
Van
bullied
Dijk.
Liverpool.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
Champions League level
Bullied Liverpool.
striker.
So we think Osimhen to Chelsea could happen.
Superb. What about Man
I think-
United?
Yeah, Man United, I think we'll get Manuel Ugarte. That might be the last
Yeah.
bit of business we do. There's talk about potentially like another small signing here or there. But I think Manuel Ugarte will be the one. It looks like we're probably going to get him on a loan with an option to buy, which
Decent.
helps Manchester United. Although it's always weird when you bring a player in on loan because it's like with Amrabat, we thought we were going to get him permanently. We bring him in on loan with an option. You never exercise that option because maybe that's a good thing. The player doesn't really perform. But you just feel like when a player comes on loan, are they as committed as they would be if they were permanently brought in? But
When
it looks like that one's happening.
when Zubimendi was in and around the market and everybody was linked to him, was you disappointed in your club that they wasn't going for a player of that kind of player? Because you need someone.
I liked when we were linked with him, but the links were never strong enough for me with that when it didn't develop for me to go, I'm gutted about that. Because it never felt like we were actually in there for him. And the issue with him is you've got to do that release clause, which kind of makes it easy, but it also means it's hard to negotiate. You have to pay that release clause. And then it's like you have to give it to the player to pay his release clause to La Liga. It's all a bit messy. We went through that with Ander Herrera.
Yeah.
Remember
was
the
linked to
fake
Rabiot.
lawyers and all that.
Rabiot on a loan? That's another one.
If let's say we brought in Ugarte and we got rid of McTominay and I think Eriksen could go, I'd take Adrian Rabiot.
So you
as
think
like
both
a
of
squad
them?
player. Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be a really good squad signing. I think, for
Yeah,
anybody,
Rabiot,
really.
yeah, definitely. He's gonna give you at least a 7 out of 10 every game.
Felt stronger, hasn't it, this summer? A lot of the deals that you've done earlier, it seems like more conviction. You're linked to a player, and within a week you signed De Ligt and the other lad, Mazraoui. I think it's been decent.
Mazraoui
You don't know
looks
how
like
good
a
they're going to
signing.
be, but the actual action, the transfer actions seem a lot more
The Jared Bradford
cogent.
one was impressive as well because they just went 75 million. Now you're all right. And now I think Everton will take less before the window closes or next year when they're relegated.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Now or never.
That's true.
Will Arsenal sign anybody between who have you signed over Calafiori?
Yeah, we signed Calafiori. Some people's going to cry when I say this. We signed Timber because he didn't play last year. So
He's like a new signing.
He did play at the start of last season.
Play for one game.
Yeah, so he did play.
All
He played
right. Man
for
United signed
45
Sandro
minutes.
Martinez this summer.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Nah, yeah.
You need more.
Yeah,
you must be
Calafiori
worried.
re-signs Raya, obviously, permanent signing. So that's it, really. Yeah, we need more. Obviously, we're linked with Mikel Moreno, someone who's going to try.
Will that happen, do you think?
I think it might happen, yeah. He got left out the squad on the weekend. They said he didn't play, and he plays week in, week out for his team. What's the team again? Sociedad. He play, yeah, him and Zubimendi play week in, week out.
He's
And
fantastic. He's Sociedad's third best midfielder. It's unbelievable.
he's a big match player. He scored against Germany in the finals.
He came on and
scored a header. So yeah,
he's
he's
a
got that
good
in him.
player,
But
man.
yeah, the left hand side is a bit lopsided. We're
People seem to be falling out of love with Martinelli now, isn't it?
And you know what? With that, I think people's getting a bit more impatient with him. I don't think they're falling out of love with him because Martinelli's a good player, but he doesn't do the simple things well. Like he can polish his game if he just gets his head up for one and look for the pass. Or sometimes when he goes for the shot, you should have shot, you should have passed. Or when you should have passed, you should have shot, you should have shoot. So Martinelli's he's a weird one. I think this is a big season for him, though. This is a very big season for him. This is a season where if you can continue to keep up with your counterpart like Saka on the other side, or you get dropped, or somebody else comes in and they look for another winger. This is a big season for Martinelli.
Saka's setting those levels so high on the other side.
Yeah, because they came up at the same time and they did the same numbers when we first was challenging for the league. So it was Martinelli and Saka.
Yeah.
Kind of replicating Mane and Salah, not to the same higher levels, but we just got two wingers that's doing
Sterling Sane as well.
Yeah, Sterling Sane. One's done this and one's done that.
Yeah.
So now, okay, you can have that blue patch. You can have it because you're still young. But now we're getting to Arsenal's really challenging now.
You can't have two bad seasons.
Yeah, you can't have two bad seasons. We're not there anymore as a club. We're not there anymore.
What about Eddie Nketiah? Could you move Martinelli as a backup striker, play Trossard on the left, and then sell Eddie Nketiah for 30 million? Is he worth 30 million to Nottingham Forest?
Oh, 100%. I think we should have sold Eddie Nketiah to Marseille. Like he wanted to go.
To Marseille?
Yeah.
This summer?
This summer, yeah.
For how much?
Greenwood, innit?
Yeah, there was like 23 million. 23 million. There was
They went and got
23 million euros.
A lot of money
But
for
Arsenal
him.
wanted 25. But you know what? For a player that doesn't really start week in, week out, and you're getting that type of money,
It's
obviously
nuts money. It's crazy.
Forest do my head in. I actually saw Nketiah. I saw the headline of Nketiah linked, and I went, "It's Forest." And I scrolled down a little bit on X, and I went, "Oh, there it is."
Is he worth 30 mil?
No, he's not worth 30 million. I think he's a good player, but I don't know what Forest are doing. 40 mil on Elliot Anderson. So if Elliot Anderson's 40 mil and Nketiah is 30 mil.
Yeah, but Chelsea are selling players for 35 mil, 40 mil. We've never seen them play.
Yeah, I know
So
a lot of it is PSR.
he will get goals.
He's a good player.
He's a good player.
He'll definitely get 6
Forest,
goals
I don't know,
next season.
Forest are facing all
100%.
sorts of charges.
Yeah.
Still signing players.
Ramsdale's been linked with a move away as well, isn't it?
That one is a bit of.
He's been linked to Southampton and Wolves.
Wolves.
Is it? That
Wolves would be a good move for him.
Yeah, Wolves are being
On loan.
Yeah, Southampton don't do that, Ramsdale. You'll go back down.
They're big.
I mean,
club.
he's already got 3 on his CV.
Yeah, you don't want
He's on a 4.
That's the thing.
At least Wolves.
He's got more than 3. He's got like 5, I think.
That's got to put him off.
Rochdale and Wimbledon, I think. I think he's been
thought it was
relegated
3.
5 times.
That's actually got to put him off. Because even if he goes, Southampton has an unbelievable season. If he gets another relegation, it's like that's stamped on
I
you
never
for
let
life.
it slip, lads. I've been saying he's been rubbish for years, and then people say he should be started for England at the Euros, at the World Cup, and now he's going to get relegated with Southampton or Wolves if he moves to one of
Hopefully
those
we
clubs.
keep him though, because he'd be a great number 2. But obviously he's too good to be sitting on our bench
Is he?
as a player for him. Obviously he's an England international. We all know what he could do.
And it's causing problems for you as well. You're always talking about it. Do you know what I mean? There's always Ramsdale, Raya thing.
I don't think so this season no more. You know.
But I think people have
at the
accepted
beginning,
it. I don't know. It feels like I think Arteta's got it under control, but it's a bit of unnecessary noise. I think you'd rather have a young keeper there that no one's panning to him when Raya makes a mistake every game.
I think that's done now because everybody knows how
think?
good Raya's good now. Everyone knows Raya. Okay,
Nah, but a
golden
mistake and it'll start.
I think if he
I
makes
don't
a
think
mistake
so.
in a big game
He's
against
settled.
Aston Villa on the
glove. I
weekend,
think Arsenal
No,
fans.
but it is
just
true.
know.
He's a good keeper.
Because the narrative is
But that's the media.
still
though.
there.
The
Yeah,
media
that's
was
there.
the media
that's
control the shots, bro. on
Every
the
time-
TV, you know what I mean? That's the media.
Stop panning to Ramsdale was annoying me.
they'll do it. I'm telling you. If he makes a mistake against Villa
Yeah.
on the weekend,
It'll be like if United lose a game, it's going to go straight to Ruud van Nistelrooy. It's just going to happen.
yeah.
Liverpool haven't made any signings yet. Do we think they'll make one? Anything of importance?
They have to, mate. They
Did
have
they,
to.
what did they need? That 6.
Yeah, they need a defensive midfielder. They struggled against Ipswich. I think Ipswich big chance with Hutchinson was down to a counter attack because McAllister's not a defensive midfielder. He couldn't clear out, couldn't smash this guy in a big challenge. He was a little bit soft in the challenge. They go up the other end and counter attack and should have scored Ipswich. So they need a big, powerful number 6 that can put in big challenges.
They're using Gravenberch there now.
Gravenberch.
He looks like he's doing all right. He's
He
coming
looked
of
all right,
age,
but
innit?
how? Yeah.
Endo was linked to Marseille, which I
game.
never liked, which sort of suggests he's not really of the level. They didn't really fancy him. McAllister's not a number 6. No
he's
way.
not. But for now, Gravenberch he's done a decent job. Obviously, it's against Ipswich. When they play against the bigger teams and better teams of organisation, how's he going to be off the ball? On the ball, you look great.
Yeah.
But off the ball. But obviously, yeah, Liverpool, they need a 6.
They've been chasing that because they were chasing Lavia, Caicedo.
Caicedo.
Then they went for
Zubimendi.
Zubimendi.
The
They've
money's
missed
there.
that, and so the money's obviously there. If they don't go and sign one now, although I kind of rate going, well, our preferred sign is not available, let's wait till one is. You need to address the position. And
They're a big club as well. It's not like, when Spurs did a couple of years without signing anyone, it's all right, they're Spurs, they're doing the stadium because they don't have anything else to sort of talk about. This is Liverpool. They should be trying to win the Champions League this season.
I honestly think that Liverpool, other than just the midfielder, Liverpool need a defender. Because I think they're going into this season with 3 recognised centre backs. I think I'm seeing links to Gomez going out,
Yeah.
which I think is very weird. Like he's obviously he's put left back under his belt now. He can do that to some standard. Obviously, he's a good centre back. So now they're going in there. Kwanzaa.
PSR though. It's like if Newcastle are going to spend 40 mil pure profit on Joe Gomez, you'd be stupid not to sell him if you're
Yeah,
Liverpool.
yeah, but
That's
they're going
what
to
it
have to
is.
replace him though.
Yeah, 100%.
Because Van Dijk's he's obviously not the same Van Dijk. They've got Kwanzaa there. He's a good centre back, but he's not the level. He got dragged at half time.
halftime.
They've
Yeah.
got Konate. He's a bit of a sick note from time to time. So they're one injury away from having really no one.
Yeah.
So I think they really need to address their centre backs before they get to the midfield.
that
really.
heart and when the heart of your team is up in the air,
It's a
especially
bit-
for a new manager, it can be a little bit difficult. Will City sign a striker?
No, I'd like Ivan Toney. He's done well against us. I think it'd be a financially good deal, but it's one of those that's it's never going to happen. I think Ilkay Gundogan is that second striker on some level because he can go into midfield. You can then play an extra midfielder as a false 9. I don't want another striker. It never quite worked with Alvarez and Haaland playing together. If Haaland's injured, we still score a load of goals with a false 9, personally.
Eberici Eze looks like one that could move as well, potentially, before the window
Yeah,
closes. He's
great.
being linked with Tottenham. He's being linked with a few other teams as well.
Eze to Man City. I don't know. He's a great player. I just don't want him. I just don't want the same thing to happen to him like what happened to Grealish, man. I don't want him to have
Yeah.
a good season.
Would
and
Grealish
then he just put you to
agree
a
with what you
side.
just said? What happened to Grealish? He went on to become one of the most successful
Yeah, but
English
where's
players in the
Grealish
last 10
now?
years.
Where's Grealish now?
Won a treble in his second season.
No, I know he's won a treble, but where is he now? He was
He's not about him as a player, though.
as a
isn't he?
player,
You
like-
want him to lose that.
that spark. That
I mean, he would take it for a Premier League title.
Of course, you'll take it for a Premier League title, but Eze, and obviously he's getting on. He's like late 20s now. He's like 26, 27. He's getting on. Obviously, he wants to try win honours, and rightfully so. But is Eze that type of player that he'll be at Man City for 6 months or for a year, he'll be good? And then after that, we just don't know. He might phase him out again.
His release clause has expired as well.
Yeah, so
He
I don't
does,
know.
yeah. He does have to move. I watched the Brentford game, and he was just amazing. He was so unlucky to not get that free kick. That free kick from like 30 yards. Did you see it?
That was a bizarre decision, man.
Bizarre. The ref said he went up to Eze afterwards and apologised. He said, I blew it too early.
It's not bizarre,
Eze said
it's
it
not
in his-
bizarre
he said
anymore
it in
because it's
his
just standard.
match
How bad
interview.
the refereeing is. It's not it's normal.
It was terrible. But Eze has
Outrageous.
to move.
You know
And I
what?
say
Sometimes
this.
just shut your mouth in it. You know, if you've made a mistake, just shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Pretend you didn't make a mistake. Like,
Yeah.
just,
Ruling out.
I think that's
great
worse.
goals.
Going up to someone and going, mate, that was a great goal. That.
And he meant it as well.
Yeah, mate, he definitely meant it.
Meant it
But he
as
was
well.
levels above that Crystal Palace team. And I say that respectfully. I like Crystal Palace. I'm a Fulham fan. Like, Eze has just reached that level where he's clearly the best player on the pitch for them now. And he needs to make that next.
Do you know who I think Eze would be great for? It'd be great for Tottenham. I think after 60 minutes, 70 minutes, I think Maddison starts to tail off. If you've got a player like Eze that just
He would
keeps
be.
going,
Yeah.
I think he would be great for Tottenham.
Be great for you.
But Tottenham don't win
He'd be good
anything.
for us, yeah.
And he needs to go win. I think if you're Eze, I need guarantee of at least
No, but
competing.
it
More
depends
than
what you want.
Spurs. Better than
Playing in
Spurs.
Europe's big for him. though, as
Yeah.
well. Being able
Yeah.
to play in Europe would
I
be
think
big.
Tottenham would be a great move for Eze. I think he'll fit in
I
perfectly.
do agree. It
there,
makes sense. Makes
Better
sense.
because
than
we don't know. Maddison is not guaranteed like to give us not give us. Whoa, man.
Whoa.
I'm talking about us, like as in footballing.
Yeah, generally.
Full season, generally giving Tottenham a full season, Eze can just fill in and fill that void straight away for them. So I think Tottenham would be a great.
Raheem Sterling linked with a move to Juventus from Chelsea as well.
My God.
Be interested to see how that one develops. Let's do a little guess on how many more signings Chelsea will make.
Just a number, yeah?
Number.
I'll start us off. I'll say 3.
I
3
was
more
gonna say
signings.
4.
So you're going 4.
I say 2 more. I think they're going to get a striker after this Joao Felix. I think they get a striker, and I think they will get a.
Maybe a left back.
Left
Chilwell needs to go, right?
So I say 2.
Yeah.
I think it's 4. I think it's 4 personally.
Because they'll let a few. I think they'll let a few more go, and then you're like, oh shit, there's 4 more coming. Like I think there'll be loads.